Perfect. All right. Good afternoon. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Don't forget that this presentation is being live streamed through Mr. Dugan up top to Calaveras High School. So when you have questions, Red Heart students, if you have questions, make sure you raise your hand, and Miss Millar will walk around with a microphone and put it in front of your face so that everyone at Calaveras can also hear. My name is Heath Lane, the principal at Red Heart, and today's presentation, our topics are business, retail, hospitality, tourism, and entertainment. I want to start by giving you a brief description of each of these CTE pathways and fields. Business. By far, the largest business occupation in the Motherlode region is office clerks, which had nearly 1,000 workers in 2018 and will offer 128 annual openings, representing a 5% growth rate through 2023. The second largest occupation is bookkeeping, accounting, and auditing clerks, with 775 workers in 2018. This occupation will offer 89 annual openings. In total, 570 annual openings are projected in occupations related to business. Our second category, retail, hospitality, tourism, and entertainment, occupational demand. Due to the many occupations that comprise the retail, hospitality, tourism, and entertainment sector, it was broken into two components to more easily assess employment trends. The first component is hospitality, and the second is retail. Within the hospitality segment, cooks at restaurants is the largest occupation with 647 jobs in 2018 and 104 annual openings. In the retail segment, the largest occupation is first-line supervisors of retail sales workers with 675 jobs in 2018 and 80 annual openings. In the retail segment, advertising sales agents is projected to contract by 9%, but will still offer 17 annual openings. In total, 226 annual openings are projected for hospitality workers, and 276 annual openings are projected for retail workers. Our guest speakers today, which we welcome and are so happy that they could take time out of their days to come present to our high school students, I would like to introduce. Our first is Ida Ponder, a professor. Ida is a professor of entrepreneurship, business administration, accounting, and computer information systems at Columbia College, where she has taught since 1993. Ida is an alumnus of Columbia College, has a BS in business with a concentration in accounting, and an MBA. She started the entrepreneurship program at Columbia College, which is outside of the business department. Ida currently teaches the following courses: small business accounting, introduction to entrepreneurship, marketing for entrepreneurs, finance for entrepreneurs, social media marketing, patents, copyrights, and trademarks, customer service academy, small business management, project management, computer concepts and information systems, comprehensive word processing, and comprehensive spreadsheets. Ida, thank you very much for coming. I'm going to go ahead, Ida, while you're standing up here, and I'm going to introduce everybody so that I can hand the microphone off to you. So this is Ida. Second, Kat, if you could come up. Kat will speak right after Ida. Kat Christensen is a graphic designer by profession and a professor of media and design at Columbia College, where she has taught since 2000. Kat is a graduate of Cal Arts, California Institute of Arts, with an MFA in visual communication. Originally a freelance designer in Los Angeles, she now teaches full-time at Columbia with occasional freelance design work. Kat currently teaches the following courses: Introduction to Digital Media, Writing for Visual Media, History of Graphic Design, Color and Design, Typography, Digital Illustration, Digital Photo Editing, Publication Design, Video Production, 2D animation, and 3D animation. I don't know how you guys both do it all. Anyway, thank you very much for being here, Kat. And our third member of our team here today is Danny Duffy. Hi, Danny. Danny is an instructor has been an instructor for 32 years of experience in the industrial and commercial food service operations. The formal food service training he received in the military has been instrumental in shaping and guiding him through his career. His experience includes fine dining, and he has worked with different chefs catering small, medium, and large events. For several years, he helped design and instruct a vocational bakery program which taught basics and advanced baking skills. His education includes several military courses, and he also holds a bachelor's in liberal studies with an emphasis in business management. Instructor Duffy is an adjunct instructor with Columbia College Hospitality Management Program. We are very, very lucky and very, very privileged to have all three of you here, and welcome, and our students are very excited. So thank you for coming. You bet.
Hi, how's everybody today? What? Not that good, huh? How are you? Oh my goodness. All right, well, I guess that's as good a rise as I'm going to get out of you, huh? All right, so as he said, I've been teaching at the college since 1993, and business is always going to be a safe major for students. But I'm mostly here to kind of talk to you about the entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is basically starting your own business or buying your own business. And students that are trained in entrepreneurship also make really good employees because they know they have some of the skills. But our entrepreneurship program at Columbia College is completely different than what you're going to find at any other college in the state or even pretty much across the U.S. except for Johnson City College in Kansas. I kind of modeled ours after theirs. So what I did was I took it outside of the business department because when you've got students that are wanting to do graphic design and media and things like that, or you've got students that are in culinary or welding or any of these other areas, and they want to start their own business, they need to have business skills. But when you tell them they need to take a business administration class, they sometimes kind of freak out. And they say, well, I'm not good at math and, business, geez, I just want to be able to cook. I just want to be able to weld and I want to own my own business. But if you're going to own your own business and be successful, there's some skills that you need. So it's outside of the business department, so it's not so scary. The other piece of that is that at this time we have 8 classes in entrepreneurship, 8 courses. And those courses include things like Introduction to Entrepreneurship. Well, each one of them are only 8 weeks long. So right now I'm doing Introduction to Entrepreneurship and Marketing for Entrepreneurs. So what will happen is on March 5th, those 2 classes will be done. So they're 2 hours twice a week each, and there are 2 units. And then the last 8 weeks, 2 more classes would start. So in a year, you could finish all of your entrepreneurship courses. The other 2 that are going to start is Contract for Entrepreneurs and Negligence for Entrepreneurs. Then in the fall, there will be Finance for Entrepreneurs, Writing an Effective Business Plan, and then the fun ones, which are Social Media Marketing and Copyrights, Patents, and Trademarks. But we're more of an activity-based type of education to where you're actually working towards getting your businesses started, and none of them require a textbook. It's not just read the text and take a test. Is how would this apply to the business you'd like to be in? And not everybody comes in wanting to be in a business, so they'll make something up for the semester and they're able to help each other along. We've had a lot of businesses started that way. And we also use a thing that we call the effectual method, which is kind of like the scientific method, which is bird in hand. What do you already know? What can you already do? And then the second part is affordable loss. So you set goals that way, and each goal, how much time can I put into this? How much money can I put into that? And then your patchwork quilt, who do I know that can help me out, or who knows me that can help me out? And the lemonade, things are going a little bit off. Can I bring it around and get lemonade from these lemons? And then the pilot and the plane. Okay, I finished this goal. Now all I got to do is just keep an eye on it and let it run itself and start on some other things. So it's really activity-based and a lot of fun. And it goes all across the curriculum, into media, into culinary, into welding. Even if you want to be an English major and write a book, you need to have some entrepreneurial skills to be able to sell your book, because you really are considered at that point a solopreneur just by yourself. So Kath works with me in that particular arena. We have our classrooms next door to each other, and we're growing it and changing it in the best ways we can. But the thing with entrepreneurship is, with this training, you can go into child development, you can go into automotive, you can go into welding, computer science, business administration. You can go into a lot of different directions. And we have an associate's degree in entrepreneurship. We have a certificate of achievement in entrepreneurship. And then we've got some skills attainment certificates. And my suggestion to you would also be, if you're just not really sure and want to get your feet a little bit wet, is find some Fridays when I'm teaching what we call the Customer Service Academy. And that includes all the skills that every business owner wants, from working in teams, to good communication, to conflict management, all of those things. And so there are 11 classes. It's state-owned curriculum. It's owned by the state chancellor's office. And if you take all 11 classes, you would get a skills attainment certificate in customer service. It's absolutely amazing for your resume. And these classes are all only a half a unit, pass, no pass. I do 5 in the fall and 6 in the spring. I've got one this Friday. They're each only 1 day long. And so it's 11 Fridays out of your life, and it's recognized throughout the state. At least 90 community colleges are using the curriculum in some form or another. Black Oak Casino, lots of Targets, Walmarts, even Taco Bell's. When they see that you took those courses at the college, they'll guarantee you an interview if you meet the qualifications to apply for a job there. So it can really increase your chances of getting a job. And it really helps to have all of those skills if you want to be an entrepreneur, and it doesn't matter what field you're in. And when Kath gets up here and speaks, you'll know that you have to be able to have all of those communication skills. And generational diversity is my favorite, because we're the only country in the world that has more than 2 generations in the workplace. We have 5, starting with you guys getting jobs now, all the way up to people in my parents' age group even. And we all communicate a little bit differently, and when you're trying to be in the workplace with all these different ages, it's really good to have the skills on how to communicate with each other. So I'm going to let Kath take over now, but before that, do you have any questions? I won't stop till I get 4. I'll just stand here until I get 4 questions, so come up with something.
Microphone is coming for you guys. Somebody's got to have a question. Who's worried about here today? I think I see a hand, sort of. No?
Who wants to start their own business? What kind of business do you want to start?
Good question. Haven't thought that far ahead yet.
You just want to be in business for yourself?
Yes.
How old are you?
16.
Do you do any ROP courses here?
Maybe. I did some at my last school.
Like, what did you do?
Computer science.
All right, so there's always jobs there as well.
Yeah.
It's a good place to be. Anybody else doing ROP classes or something along that? What are you doing? Oh, ROP is like cabinet making and things like that. Courses that you're taking, cosmetology, things that you're learning, skills you're learning how to do. Anybody else? Okay.
I think they're half asleep.
I think they are. I also have some pamphlets that I'll be handing out. And it says Columbia College Entrepreneur Program presents Did You Know? And it's just got some really fun stuff in here, like the first cars didn't have steering wheels. Drivers steered with a lever. Digital camera technology is directly related to and evolved from the same technology that recorded television images. So it's just all kinds of little facts about inventors and things like that. And then I also have just a one-sheet thing that's got program overview for entrepreneurship for anybody that wants to pick those up on your way out. Okay, and those of you at Calaveras, somebody will be bringing those out to you.
Okay, we do not have any questions from the Calaveras site, so we can go ahead and move on with our next speaker. Thank
All
you.
right, thank you so much, guys.
Hello, everybody. So if you're interested in graphic design, multimedia design, digital illustration, motion graphics animation, infographics illustration, biomedical illustration, which is a really big and growing field right now, web design, character animation, film and video editing, video game graphics, storyboard art, visual effects design, screenwriting, background design, photography, publication design, videography, media design, concept art, or 3D modeling, we have courses for you at Columbia College that can start you on your way. I've been a designer for a lot of years, and I've been a teacher for a lot of years. And Columbia is a great place to start your education. Our classes are small. We have brand new Macs in the Mac Lab. So we have really the best technology. The focus of our program is to teach not only the software, but also the development of conceptual ideas. We offer courses with the Adobe Creative Cloud. So if you were learning Illustrator or Photoshop or After Effects or Premiere Pro, if you were editing videos, we teach them. We teach just about all of them. We do have certificates at the college, and we have a skills attainment certificate. We have a certificate of achievement of media arts and design, and then we have an AA degree in media and design. So some options for you. You might be looking, for example, at being a freelance designer, which is how I started. As a student at Cal Arts, I immediately started freelancing designing in the LA area, and freelancing ties very closely with some of the things that Ida was talking to you about, because freelance designers have to know a lot about protecting themselves. They have to know copyrights. They have to know contract law. They have to have project management, skills that are really integral to their success as a designer. I forgot that you're looking at some of the work of the students, so you're seeing a plethora of work from basically development of logo to storytelling to digital illustration and so forth. What else do I want to say? One thing I'd like you to know, if you decide to go into this field, this field requires that you work really, really, really hard. I can tell you that the first place I went with my portfolio out of CalArts, the employer looked at me and said, "You will bring your sleeping bag and you will stay until the project is finished." So for those of you who have worked digitally, know that things don't always go as you would like them to go. So you have to be prepared to put in the long hours and work really hard if you're interested in this field. You also need, if you're going into freelance design, you will need a lot of self-discipline so that you stay on top of the work with your clients. You will need active listening skills so that when your clients talk to you, you can understand what they're saying, repeat it back to them, so that once you start working digitally, you're on the same page with your client. You will need to be comfortable participating collaboratively. Design in any of the areas doesn't work well in a vacuum. It needs all of us. You need to be always open to the possibilities because often it's magic that occurs when you relinquish control. And finally, I just want to say again what I said earlier, but you must have business savvy, including contract law, copyrights, project management. So I have turned it over to you if you have questions. Yes. 2D, oh my gosh, everywhere. If you just turn on your computer, look at some of the online newspapers. Look at the animation for the stories. Just simple 2D illustrations, simple 2D animations, all over the web, all over online. Yeah. Anything else?
A question from Calaveras.
Yes.
I want to go into a different career, but art is something I enjoy a lot and I would like to get better. Would you suggest me to a character concept art class to improve?
Well, anything that grows your concept, developing concepts, skills, I would say would be valuable. But here's what I would say about character animation. Character animation has largely gone offshore. And so the jobs for character animation are really not there at the moment. You might find one or two successful. Of course, I'm generalizing. One or two successful animators that are going to basically make it here. But the stories that I've heard, they've really had to fight for a job, fight to stay here. Many of the jobs go to India. Many of the jobs go to New Zealand. So character animation is something, even students coming out of the Art Academy in San Francisco are having problems finding employment with all of their animation skills. Anything else you'd like to ask about? Yes? Right, so if you have an interest in anatomy and so forth and medical aspects of our culture, here's what's happening. As you know, the whole health field is growing hugely. And when someone comes up with an idea to maybe create something that contributes to the health field, whether it's drug-wise, whether it's hardware, whether it's software, etc., they have to have artists, they have to have biomedical illustrators to illustrate their ideas so that when those folks who have the ideas go out to investors to ask for money to grow their business, they can show imagery. So and these biomedical illustrators are paid a lot of money. Really a lot. Easily 3 figures during a year and well into the 3 figures. So if you can illustrate using Illustrator, Adobe Illustrator, and you know medical terminology, you know anatomy, you've taken enough classes in the biology medical field, that you can bring together those two disciplines, that's going to be powerful for you. Any? Okay, thank you very much for listening. I hope to see some of you at Columbia College.
Thank you.
Columbia College Apprenticeship Initiative provides its students with paid on-the-job training in hospitality management and child development.
Columbia College's Hospitality Management program will not only teach you how to prepare and create extraordinary cuisine, you'll also gain the practical knowledge and hands-on experience sought by restaurants and hotels everywhere. The Hospitality Management program is one of our signature educational programs, and with good reason. Our students find employment throughout the county, the state, and beyond.
Children are our future. If you are committed to making a positive impact in the lives of children and their families, then the Child Development Program at Columbia College is right for you. Students will benefit from our highly motivated teaching faculty, wide array of courses, and our state-of-the-art facilities. The Child Development Program is recommended for students wishing to enter the fields of childcare, elementary school teaching, child and family counseling and psychology, special education teaching, and medical careers related to children. An associate degree in hospitality management or child development, certificates of achievement, and/or skills attainment certificates may also be earned.
For more information about these exciting opportunities, please call us at 209-588-5252, visit our website at www.gocolumbia.edu and search apprenticeship, or join our Facebook page at Columbia College Apprenticeship Initiative.
So, you've heard the old saying, anybody can be a cook? Well, I got to argue with that. Can you be a really good cook? Can you be an excellent cook? Yes, you can. Being a cook has a lot to do with being creative and having creativity, right? We see a lot of the TV shows that are out there. We see a lot of restaurants we visit, fine dining, fast food. You can make a living at this. I never thought back when I was sitting where you were sitting, I was going to be able to achieve the things I've achieved in my life. And I've been doing this for quite a while. A lot of my background was military, which was mentioned. That's where I got my basic fundamental skill sets for going into culinary. From there, I just kept going on, kept building, and experienced different job-related learning experiences that helped build me and form where I'm at today as an instructor. So I'm going to move through a little PowerPoint here with you, and hopefully this will help answer some questions that you may be wondering about the culinary program at Columbia College. We're also going to be offering a baking introductory class down on Modesto campus. We're trying to get up this coming fall, so keep that in mind as we go through this. One thing I'll point out with the video you just saw, that's not an automatic that you automatically come into that particular program where you're going to have an opportunity to go work someplace. You'll have to do that once you get into the program, and then you can get credits and units that way as well. Okay. Okay, so the program overview. Fine food is a work of art. It's hands of the truly gifted culinary expert. You'll be able to produce some really fascinating dishes. You'll be able to build some skill sets there. Okay, moving on. Also worth noting up there is that the management program will not only teach you how to prepare, but also create extraordinary cuisine. You'll gain knowledge and experience sought to restaurants everywhere. Career training. The talented 100% commitment we have as instructors, we want you to be successful, so we're going to spend that extra time with you. We're going to be showing you things that you never thought were imaginable in a kitchen. We hope to spark things in you that will drive you to want to pursue your education further and also have hands-on experience doing things. An advisory committee, culinary professionals help guide our curriculum. Okay, we're also members of the Culinary Federation Association, and that helps guide our program and keeps us certified. Hospitality Management program receives certificates, like I mentioned earlier, the American Culinary Federation. So you'll be able to join that organization. You can do that on your own, regardless if you're going to college with us or not. The next thing we'll lead into here is the student networking. Our program's reputation draws students from across the nation and around the world. We have students that have actually come to enroll with our college because of the campus is so unique. It's such a great place to learn, but also the advanced kitchen we have in place is really, really an extraordinary thing to see firsthand. All right, so this here is basically laying out what is offered within our program. We have degrees that you can achieve, Associate in Science, AS degree, which will help you down the road if you decide you want to become an executive chef or executive pastry chef or get certifications that way. You'll need to have a 2-year degree. We also offer certificates of achievement. So those are things that you can get a certificate in that you could apply to get a job or to help advance your career once you're into the culinary field. Okay, I threw this slide in there just to show you a little creativity. So the artistic you can see there is the carving of vegetables and the display. Those are things that you'll learn through our program. You'll learn a lot about creativity and how to put dishes together. Okay, it's really exciting actually. Once you're doing it, you'll have a lot of fun with it. Okay, and I'm going to just zip through this here. I'll let you look at that. And it's just basically the information set forth that you can go to our website and go to CTE and look at the different courses that are offered. And if you click on ours, you'll actually see our homepage where a lot of this information came from. So with that, I'll go ahead and lead into a question Q&A session here with you. If anybody has any questions about the program.
We have a question.
You were in the military when you started off. Did that allow you to skip certain parts of getting the certification, or did it just jumpstart you into the field?
That's a great question. When I started in the military, my background was I was U.S. Coast Guard. I went in, when you go into the Coast Guard, normally you're not guaranteed a particular job or training like the other branches, which I enjoyed because it gave me an opportunity to decide once I was in what I wanted to pursue. Once in there, then I went through formal training where I learned all my basic skill sets as a cook. And then from there, I just built on what we call C schools. All military branches call them C schools. And that's where you'll go on and learn more technical type training, which will help advance you within your career. But great question. Hopefully that answered that for you.
Okay, I have a question from the Calaveras site. I would love to go into culinary. I want to be a chef. What classes would you suggest are the best for me to be a chef?
Okay, that's a great question. If you go onto the website, you'll be able to navigate through our CTE there, open it up, and you'll go to our homepage. We have a breakdown of what the requirements are for the core course of study. I have that up here, but there's a lot listed there, and that's a great question. But any culinary program, you're going to have to go through the courses, and that could be basically learning how to cook main entrees. Okay, your cold dishes, what we call garde-manger. Okay, like a garde-manger chef. Those are ones that handle soups and salads and sandwiches and dressings, those kinds of things. Pastry may be an interest of yours, so you'll take more introductory type baking courses, advanced baking, cake decorating. There's all kinds of different courses that are offered within it. Anybody else? Anybody else got a question? You can have a question about military with me, or I spent time with the federal government as well, and retired out of that prison system. So if anybody has any questions along those lines or career path.
I think a question that I will ask, and I think this is probably appropriate for students at both high schools. We're seeing more and more students asking about special admit, where they can take class while they're in high school at a community college, both in the summer and during the regular school year. Do you have any suggestions for students that would approach us as counselors in a CTE field, classes that we might recommend beyond the intro to guidance and things like that?
That's a great question. Yes, we do offer courses that you as a high school student can take. One example would be I'm teaching a class coming this Saturday that will run for 5 weeks every Saturday, and it covers what we call Surf Safe. That's a certification you'll get as a manager once you successfully complete the course and pass that test. You'll learn basics for sanitation. Sanitation is a huge part of the food industry. It's one of the basic fundamentals that you'll have to learn. So that would be an example. There's other courses that we offer if they happen to work out for you as a high school student. Currently, we do not offer too many night courses, would be at the intro level, but that's a great question.
Calaveras, do you have any other questions for us coming from the Calaveras site?
Okay. I will thank you all for attending to hear our presentations here. If you have any questions, you feel free, you can approach me and ask me. If you don't want to ask it out here, I understand. Thank you.